to profile their work and see how they bring the young stars along. This is the first of his two-part series.
Racing College was started in 1984. Our primary purpose is the training of stable staff for the racing industry, but we also do specialist courses for jockeys, trainers, racing secretaries.
And is it a case of you're small, you should be a jockey, we're going to send you to the NRC?
We would get about 70% of our intake these days is girls and about 30% boys. I would say a higher proportion of the boys come exactly that route. So it might be a teacher or a social worker who said, you're small, why don't you go to the NRC?
Hoped on the jockey side of it, just like Hayley Turner, and I'd like to be more like her on the flat.
Is she your
inspiration?
Is she?
Yeah.
For some of these kids, is it a little bit of a last chance saloon?
Yes, we're about giving people second chances here very much. A significant proportion of our intake would come from a disadvantaged background, although we'll have young people from all sorts of backgrounds, so some who've got A-levels and have ridden since they were very young, to those who've never touched a horse before and have no academic achievement at all. You get them up at 6 o'clock in the morning, they'll ride 2 to 3 lots every day. They're here for 12 weeks, as I say, and at the end of that 12 weeks, they now go on a work experience placement for 6 weeks with a trainer before they start full-time on an apprenticeship with a trainer.
You have to be on the yard for 7 o'clock in the tap room, get our register, and then we all head down either top yard or to the bottom yard, and then we muck out. After that, we go for some breakfast. We come back out, and then we tack up the horses, and then like there's 3 lots, first lot, second lot and third lot, depending on which one you're on.
In addition to them learning to ride and look after a horse, they'll also do English and maths whilst they're here, and then we run a life skills programme, so they have cookery lessons, they'll do fitness, money management, that sort of thing as well.
You can weave in and out the poles, and then trot over the poles on the ground the other side. Use your voice, your legs to weave in and out the poles, guys. Steer them. We're not jockeys yet, and again.
Paul, this for me, I've been watching you get them weaving in and out. What is the thinking behind that?
The first 3 weeks is all about steering, so we need to use our arms, legs, etc., voices, get them to control the horses before we actually canter.
So what, some of these kids that were watching here, like, never ridden before?
Yeah, Tom, who's in 3rd on Tabaret there, he has never ever sat on a horse in his life.
So
until it
2 weeks ago, he
10 days.
Really?
10 days ago, he had never ever sat on a horse in his life.
So he's doing, well, he's doing remarkably well now.
He's doing brilliant, yeah.
At first we found it hard work, but gradually I'm getting used to it and I think we're going home.
12 months ago, this is the race that produced the 100-to-1 shock Morning Post to win. Now, all but 2 of the last 10 winners